What does it mean to be rich? Maybe rich is less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering magic. Rich is being able to keep your loved ones close and also send them away. Rich is living life your way and having someone who can help you get there. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Contact Edward Jones Financial Advisor Sal Polis, 217-732-4001. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM. We're broadcasting live from Jake's Furnishings. Scott Kirby, Joe Ryan, Jake, Lloyd, Jim, and making his last appearance for the year is Coach Neil Alexander. Good morning, Coach.
Morning.
Not really all that good of a morning. We'll just say morning. The Railers, obviously, we lose last night in the regional championship against a Springfield Senators team. And, you know, the Railers, we opened the game off with a couple of threes from Velakovic, and then offense just kind of went cold. I know I heard your frustrations last night with, you know, everything you've worked on in practice to prepare for this, and you just couldn't seem to get any flow last night.
Well, yeah, they were very long. They were very aggressive, and if you look back over the season, the teams that gave us really fits were ones that were very, very physical, quick and physical, and Springfield was that type of team.
Yeah, and you know, you talked about you were pleased with your defense last night, the way they played. You held Springfield to 32 points. Just unfortunately, there towards the end, you know, some of those breaks didn't go our way. You know, we were in the game, you know, all night long, and then had it down to 4. They were at the free throw line, missed 2 free throws, but unfortunately, they get the offensive rebound and kind of sealed it right there.
Yeah, we really got hit hard on the rebounds last night. And again, very physical, and you know, they were 6'4", very mature young men, and you know, they attacked the glass, and you know, that's one thing that emphasizes it, and I think we're getting better because we do spend a lot of time in the weight room, but it doesn't look like it on the court. But I think if Carson Comnick had an outstanding year, and I think the weight room was the reason that had happened. He got a lot stronger throughout. The other kids are working towards that. Carson's been in there for 4 years. Brody, as little as he is and small as he is, he's pretty strong. So, it comes with maturity, with strength, but it also comes with dedication in the weight room.
Well, 32 games that you played over the season, Coach, and you relied a lot on those seniors, and they led the way. So to play 32 games over a matter of 3 or 4 months, that's going to take a toll on your body, and that's where that weight room does come in play, where you build your muscles, your strength, and your versatility, and it's able to get them through the season.
Yeah, we dedicated to the weight room 2 days a week. We took practice time away to go to the weight room, and I think that's important enough to be able to keep your kids strong throughout the year. Hopefully they maintain the strength that they have, and now you go into an off-season mode to where now you try to gain strength, and the kids that are not involved in a spring sport, here they'll get about a week, and then they'll be back in the weight room.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you haven't had really time to reflect over the season, but, anytime you can win over 20 games, and, in our case, 25 wins, that's pretty good. Obviously, you don't want the season to end. You want to keep advancing to, the state tournament, but, nothing to be ashamed of with these kids. I thought they fought hard all year. They were fun to watch. But unfortunately last night it just came to an end.
Yeah, I think they had an outstanding year. Our kids grew as the year went on. We won a lot of basketball games, winning 25 games, which, usually going through a summer and our summer program that we do, you can kind of tell what kind of year you're leading to. And we struggled last summer, and I was really concerned coming in, but the two seniors were very, very good leaders and done a great job for us. They'll be missed. You got your ball handler, you got your quickness, you got your point guard, and you got your off guard as your leaders, and that's what makes for a good team. So, we've got to get our big guys stronger to become, because I think our team will shift more towards a bigger team next year.
You say you're going to be bigger next year?
Well, you got Hunter, you got Bryce, you got Brett.
Yeah.
I really think a possibility of some younger kids stepping up and playing and having a little more size to them. So, but we got to get stronger. Definitely got to get stronger.
Yeah, and you look, as you kind of reminisce on the season, you kind of look and see how your JV team did, and they had a very good season as well. And some freshmen contributed to that, and so you got guys moving up next year, not necessarily with a whole lot of varsity experience, but you got the Rutledge kid. I like the way.
You take a look at this year, you only had 2 kids that had varsity experience.
Right.
So, but when you got 2 kids that step up and be your leaders and, take what they've gained through their playing time and experience really help. So, we got Bryce that'll be one of those, Tate. We've got other juniors that stepped up and played. So we got to have them to do exactly what Brody and Carson did this season.
Joe, did you have something? It looked like you were thinking.
No, I thought they're an exciting team to watch. I know we didn't want to end last night. Is Springfield High, now they're going to take on U High? Is that where?
U High.
And how's that matchup?
U-High or Springfield beat U-High earlier in the year, so it'll be a good game. It'll be a good matchup. They play, playing U-High. They've got the two shooters. They've got a great formula there. They've got a great point guard. They got a good middleman that steps in and out. They got two shooters sitting in the corner. They've got what it takes to be really good. But I think for Springfield, they'll have some quickness. I think U-High will have some trouble with their strength and their size. But I think that'll be a really, really good game.
And as we were talking about the lower levels, I was kind of wondering how the freshmen were doing.
Well, our sophomores, I think, were 25, 26, and 3. I think the freshmen were like 18 and 4. So our younger levels were good. But, again, that's kind of deceiving. You don't know how many teams were taking sophomores and playing on the varsity, and how many freshmen were playing up on their JV team. So that's deceiving, and you just got to take for what it's worth, and we'll have to come out. Our league is. We've got a lot of seniors in it, but the underclassmen are really good too.
So Jake, do you have anything?
I mean, great year, really. I mean, you had some really good kids, and you saw some greatness out of a whole bunch of them. So it does think it's over. It really stinks that it happened on our floor in the way it transpired last night. But
I think we were 15-2 on our floor this year.
Yeah.
Good.
We played Springfield here, didn't we? Didn't we beat them like by one or something?
We beat them 44-43.
And
it was a kind of the same game that flowed. In the first round, they got up 6 or so, and it happened last night. And we hit 2 threes at the first game, tied it up. We hit 2 threes last night, tied it up, but we just didn't have enough to get over the hump.
Yeah,
and from the free throw line, I think Springfield, besides those 2 misses, were perfect from the line, and I think that was the difference.
Yeah, we missed some early.
Yeah,
but it's part of the game. You got to play it, and you don't miss them on purpose.
Well, no, for sure.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun calling their games all year. Very exciting team to watch. And good kids too. That's one thing that you
don't stay in it as long as what I have. If we don't have good kids, and you enjoy going to practice and you enjoy being around them, and hopefully they, I would like to say, hopefully they enjoy being around the coaches, but we all know sometimes that's on a day-to-day basis, but. The relationships that you develop over time. And I told the kids last night, wins and losses are not important. What's important is what you learn about life and teammates and work ethic and what you're going to do with your life. 4 years of playing basketball is just a little drop in the bucket. You try to prepare the kids to be hard workers, good people. That's always been on one of my big models is be a good person. And I am so proud of our kids for being who they are. They're good people. They've got great upbringing. It just makes it so easy to want to be in the gym with them. So I can't say enough about the type of kids that we have and what they mean to me and our coaches and the community. They represent everybody with a lot of class. And you win together, you lose together, you win with class, you lose with class. So you play the game hard. Once it's over, it's over.
Yeah. Well, able to reach some milestones this year, Coach. I know you got your 1,000th win, and Mr. Carson Comnick got his 1,000th point on the same night. So that was a pretty special moment.
That was a special moment. He got his 1,000th point, and I told them in the locker room, I wish all of you would have got 1,000 point tonight along with me. It'd been pretty cool. But Carson doing that really sticks out. So I'll never forget that night. That was an unbelievable evening.
Yep.
Well, you know, have you done the math yet to see how many of your W's that the Komnick family contributed to?
There's a lot of them.
They had to lead the way.
There's a lot of them.
You got to throw Ryan in there and Josh and now kids. And
yep.
They probably have
I
the
could
most
go back and look at that real easy. You know?
We'd like to know how many of those they were involved in.
Well, you know, you've seen a lot of your former players that you contribute are still around the program. You look at your bench. You got Greg, you got Corey,
Brandon.
I'm sorry, Brandon. I was thinking of Corey just because he's going to be on next week. But they're a part of that too. I mean, just once you sit back and think just how many kids have been through that program, and if it's not for the kids, you're not successful.
Yeah, it's the kids that make what it is, and the kids put the time in. If they didn't like it, they wouldn't be there. But they come to work every day, and that's what's fun. I don't have to go chase them down, or you tell them this is the time that we're doing things, and they're there, and they're ready to go. So. It's you take a look at the girls' staff. All three of those guys played for me. They had an outstanding year.
Yes, they did.
They were in a position to pretty much where we were last night. That you come so close, you couldn't get over the hump, but I just want to reach out and say Corey done an outstanding job. I'm proud of him and his staff and our girls. They fought hard. They were fun to watch as well.
Yeah, they were. Well, Coach, the Railer season comes to an end, and now I guess we can transition. Did you have a chance to watch the Illinois game last night when you got home?
I did. Michigan's pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Well, I went over to it last night.
Were you there?
Yeah, incredible atmosphere. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I would.
Michigan's good.
They're really good. They didn't miss a beat, and everything. They had an answer for everything Illinois did, and I think they're one that I would mark them in as a Final Four team.
Yeah, and the place was electric. It was awesome.
I can imagine. I bet there was a lot of lawn chairs and everything sitting outside.
Yeah, they were jammed down the side, on the court seats. How do you get those?
I don't know.
Chairs.
I hate to see what they cost.
I was just going to say it was jammed. It was awesome. And then all of a sudden, it just, once Michigan started getting on a roll, then fans kind of died out. They took the crowd out of it. Yeah, Michigan's good.
I was thinking last night, it's kind of like, what was that, 8-9 was flying the line, only in reverse. Maybe we can make a run and then trip them up in the Final Four this year. Yeah. Make their fans feel like they lost everything for 6 months or so, like I did when I was a kid.
I think you got Duke, you got Michigan. Then I think Arizona's up there. Then you're looking at 5 or 6 teams that, Kansas is playing really well right now. Kansas and Houston and UConn, Iowa State, Illinois is in that group. I think it depends on your draw. That's the biggest thing about any sport is what kind of draw you get and the matchups that you have as far as your advancement and where you're going to go. And it's. It'll be interesting going down the stretch here, and that's not far off.
Yeah, and that's the beauty about the NCAA tournament. Any given night, any team can win. We've seen upsets. We've seen.
I think what you saw last night with the transfer portal and the NIL is. In the NCAA, very seldom will you see many upsets like you have in the past because the good teams are getting the players. The good teams, the Michigans, the Indianas, and all have that money to spend. And if they ever want to get back to level playing field. They'll have to put a top on it on how much each school can spend.
Yes.
The best thing to do is do away with it, but that ain't going to happen.
No, that's
not to
Jeff. Well, Jeff may be getting a raise. I don't know if he's talked about it, but
what?
Jeff may be getting a raise because a guy popped out on the court last night and donated $7 million to the basketball program.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well,
Jeez.
was that someone? Was that Joe Ryan, Country Financial?
Yes.
Didn't a kid
$7 I gave him.
Are you serious?
I gave him $7. A guy did pop. The husband and wife came out. They put it on the big screen. And everything. $7 million.
Didn't a kid make a half-court shot as well?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Really?
I bet the place went crazy.
He did, and when they show the highlight, the kid's foot was over the line, but they gave it to him anyway.
Yeah.
Free pizza for a year.
Nice.
Free pizza for a year.
Yeah, he drained
Big
it.
win. No, though, with the whole transfer portal and everything, I agree with you to the point the best teams are getting the better players. But with that said, a lot of times in the NCAA tournament, you see it a lot more than what the regular season is, and you see it, I think, in the last couple of years even more, that you get teams that have played four or five guys on the same team for 4 years, and all of a sudden they make a heck of a run, and it's has a lot to do with team chemistry, I feel like, with those teams, because you would think they wouldn't stand a chance against a lot of the teams they beat.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying it's a lot of them, but you are getting away from having the mid-tier teams.
Your mid-major teams are the ones that are suffering, because they'll take a kid. The kid will come in, have a good year, and he's gone.
He's gone. Yeah.
And, he's moving on. The ones that get hurt now also is high school seniors are no longer. If you're not a top 50 player, they're not even looking at you. They're going straight to the portal, see who's out there that's wanting to move, and they just shuffle players around.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what happened with Wagler, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how did he slip through everybody's, the cracks everywhere? So
it has to be tough to coach in the mid-majors now. Like,
it is. The mentality you'd have to have is go out and get some really, really good high school players and tell them, come on in, we'll get you some statistics and help you move on.
Give me 2 years.
That's what you got to do, and that's not good for programs. It's not good for schools.
Yeah.
It's basically ruined. If Wagler doesn't go to the NBA, does he go to the portal to see how much money he could make?
Sure,
There's no dedication. Look at Morez Johnson jumped from Illinois to Michigan. What would Illinois be if Johnson was on that team? He gives them the bulk, the muscle that they're a little bit short, but you never know.
How are they going to fix it? Can it be fixed?
I don't know.
They just created a monster. And I don't know how you fix it unless you put a cap on what players can make.
It's basically it's a semi-pro league. People are making money, and
do you think it causes?
I think it should be if we were paying them, make them sign a contract, have a buyout clause.
Yeah.
If you're going to come here, I'm going to give you money.
Here's what I'll give you if you stay 2 years. Here's what I'll give you if you stay 3 years, or
if you leave, give me my money back.
Yeah. Or we hold it and we give it to you at the end.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the.
And why do they get a scholarship?
I can see it heading that way, though. I mean, it's just like every business. You open it up and you see what's happening, then you keep making adjustments. I see something like that coming down the road.
Well, they wanted it a business, and coaches got to sign contracts. Why don't the players sign contracts?
Right.
And have the stipulations in there. Buyout clause. Whatever.
All part of it.
You think it causes any, because we're talking young kids here, does it cause any animosity on the team where, well, this kid's making $4 million, I'm making $150,000, and these kids, they don't know how to manage money, and they're getting all this money thrown at them. It's got to cause some kind of animosity and jealousy, within the program.
And I think that's probably why they leave. Well, that guy's getting that much money. I can go get more.
I'm better than he is.
Yeah.
And it's got to affect him on passing the ball and everything else. Because why am I going to give it to you? I don't even like you, and you're making more money. I'm taking it.
Kind of what we do here.
Yeah. You make all the money.
You make all the money.
That's right. That's why I do all the talking.
That's what we like. Keep going.
Yep.
Keep going.
Well, Coach, we see it every year. The season ends, and then we kind of just walk around lost for a little bit. But now we regroup, and you'll be right back at it here before you know it, and getting the next group of kids up and ready to go.
Yeah, it'll be here for you know it. We're getting close to the end of the third quarter. And you only got one more quarter.
Pretty soon you got the whole summer off.
But he doesn't.
And the IHSA,
I like to say it.
The IHSA takes and moves a dead week into, and really doesn't do basketball a favor.
Because of moving it all up.
It's right now. It's a mess. It's a mess, just like the NCAA.
Is that like July 4th week or something? Yeah.
What do you think of the IHSA changes in football? Playoffs, moving it up?
I don't know. I have mixed feelings. As a team that has 2 or 3 wins, or do they have a chance to win a state playoff? It is set up to where you're not going to have your number 1 seed playing the bottom seed to where it's 40-0 after the first quarter or first 10 minutes. So it gives kids an opportunity to play an extra game.
I tell you, a part of it that I do like is, football. High school football is the only sport that not everyone gets in the state tournament.
Yeah.
So it allows more schools to get involved, which helps your program and the school, and the community, and everybody. Which that's a great thing. And I believe, probably the bigger reason is it generates money for the IHSA, right?
Oh, come on, Joe. Come on, Joe.
I've heard in the range of $600,000 it'll generate.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you heard that?
Yeah. That's a lot of cash.
Yep.
But I just feel like I don't think if some people like it, hate it, whatever. But for the kids, I think it's cool. They feel like they're a part of it. They got in. But you're right. You've won 3 games. You're probably not winning.
So you're probably a 3-win team. You're probably going to open with somebody that's got 7, maybe a 6-win team. So it's not like you're going to play a 9-0 team.
Yes, they get a bye, I believe.
They get a bye. Top 16 teams in each class will get a bye.
Well, we'll see how it all goes.
And I'm not sure how those people feel about sitting around for a week. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, probably a lot
more
of
changes.
Enjoy the healing, an extra week of healing, I guess.
Yeah. Well, Coach, as always, we appreciate you taking time each and every week to come in and talk to us. The next time you step in the gym, shot clock is in effect.
Yes,
every game.
We were sitting on the bench last night. Shot clock. Want a shot clock? Want a shot clock?
Well, next year it's there.
Yeah,
and that'll be exciting. And
we don't have
any other changes.
They'll come out in the summer. I don't know. There were some questions that came out from the National Federation, basic small stuff that I don't know what else they'll do. But the big change is the shot clock. Mm-hmm. I think one thing we'll have to determine is at what levels are we going to use it? Are you going to use it at the freshman level, the JV level? We will use it at the JV level as well because we played some games this year with it. But will we use it at the freshman level? So I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
The games that we used it, it happened to the girls the other night in the sectional. I'm sitting up there going, boy, we need a shot clock.
They ran a lot of time on the girls.
Yeah, they sure did. They ran over 4 or 5 minutes off the clock. And, with a shot clock, that would have gave us a few more possessions, and maybe the outcome would have been different.
And I've had several schools inquire. I just want to make, as the athletic director, take me off of that list of someone that will run the shot clock. So I've had several people
You were never on the list.
I'm not getting near that thing.
No.
I think we're good. We do need 4 or 5 guys that really, and former players understand how to use it. We try to find them to come in and do it. There's so many different rules.
Yes.
Up until this year, there was no rules. It was an automatic reset. There was one rule: kick ball, reset to 20. Now then, if you turn the ball over in the backcourt, you only get 20 seconds.
There'll be a lot of arguments about that next year.
Yeah, you get a 10-second violation. The other team only gets 20 seconds instead of the 35. I can't keep up with them.
Well, you've been doing it a while, and you've seen a lot of changes. 3-point line.
Yep.
Now
That
the
was
shot
back
clock.
in 1987 was the 3-point clock or line came in. That really forced me to change a lot of things. This year, we've worked with it. We've tried to play it. We've played a lot of games this year with it.
Yeah.
I would say over half our games we played with a shot clock.
Did you have a tough time when they took the baskets actually down and put up iron rims, metal rims?
What do you mean, the peach basket?
Yeah.
Well, I fell off the ladder getting the ball out once, but no, come on, Joe.
Hadn't been that long, Joe. Well, Coach, enjoy whatever you're going to do until November, and it does go by quick, and it'll be before too long. We'll be right back at it. Congratulations on the success, and we'll be back next year.
Well, hopefully.
I know you always,
at set point in time,
Yeah, I know you always, in our fan base is second to none. A lot of support through there. I know you're very appreciative of that. And, if it wasn't for the fan base, you guys couldn't do what you do.
Well, I tell people, about Lincoln, and we have good support for basketball, but we have good support for all our sports.
Yeah.
It's not just basketball. You go out on a Friday night to a football game, our bleachers are full. Regardless, they come out, support the kids, and that makes for a great community. And I'm so honored to be part of it and watch it and everything. So I can't say enough about the support that they gave the basketball program, but the support that they give to our young people at the high school. And it's amazing. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to go to commercial break. And when we come back, I don't know what we're going to talk about. I was trying to keep them on for a full hour, but, it's
I can
tough.
throw it around.
He's got nothing to do now.
Practice now.
He doesn't have to be anywhere. Well, we do have the John Welsh tournament going on this weekend, so Lincoln will be hopping. It's good for our local business and, some good basketball for these young kids. So
he's probably got a list of honeydews. She get right on those, leave you a list, or
she'll leave
she
me
give you
alone.
a day off?
No, she'll leave me alone till NCAA gets over.
and then it's on.
Well, whether she leaves me alone or not, she don't get no response.
All right, let's go to commercial break. We'll be back with more here on the Cheap Seats after these messages.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe rich is less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering magic. Rich is being able to keep your loved ones close and also send them away. Rich is living life your way and having someone who can help you get there. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Contact Edward Jones Financial Advisor Sal Polis, 217-732-4001. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 20...
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
This is Steve Kimbrell, Nokomis head coach, and you're listening to the Cheap Seats with Joe, Jake, Jim, Lloyd, and Scott on 96.3 FM WLCM.
Fun.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Tammy told me you weren't any fun. You're fun.
Fun. I'm not a fun hater, Joe.
No, you're not.
More like a fun sponge.
You
soaks it up.
Soak it up. What are we going to talk about?
Well,
The Illini played last night.
We already talked about that.
We did?
Didn't end well.
You know, I'm a Duke fan,
but it didn't.
And they're good.
It didn't end well, but it didn't end bad. You know, they only lost by 14, down at 20 at one point. You know, anything can happen in March Madness. They call it March Madness for a reason.
Yeah.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Anything can happen.
I mean, you look at teams like
they got to finish the regular season strong. I don't know how many games they have left. A couple, 2 or 3 maybe. But
last home game Tuesday, right? Tuesday's last home
sounds
game.
about. I think against Oregon.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon's not very good.
No, but UCLA wasn't all that great either, and look what happened there.
True.
But, you know, you look at Illinois' losses against Michigan State, Nebraska, Wisconsin, UCLA. 3 of those were overtime. Nebraska loss was a last-second 3-point ditch that went in to lose. So all their losses have been close, and they beat some big teams. Texas Tech with Toppin. Now Toppin's out. Texas Tech's a very different team without him in there. But, you know, you're going up against a tough Michigan team, and they're ranked 3rd for a reason and ranked number 1 there for a while for a reason. They're good. And
how good?
Real good. And, you know, going into that game, you just wanted them to keep it close, make a game of it, not get blown out. I feel that they kind of did that last night. First half, we were only down by, 3 at halftime, maybe 5 or something like that.
But
so
it
kept
rolled
it
up to
close.
10 pretty quick.
Yeah, and then come out second half, and, you know, Michigan, I didn't get to watch second half, but yeah, it kept it respectable. Wasn't a blowout. And the thing with Illinois, if we're not hitting our threes, you know, it's tough. So do that right in the mic.
Yeah, let's hear that in the mic for our listeners. Put that up by that mic.
Yeah, we'll try it
Do
later.
it. Do it.
Do it.
You know what?
Home.
Not too many people out there have a coffee cup with an electric mixer.
Yeah, it's its own little stir.
I think my son has one.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, Austin has one.
You put protein powder in there once in a while, and you'd be glad you had it.
I'm gonna start calling you Timu.
Make you a little.
I don't use Timu. It's TikTok.
TikTok Timu over there. And now we're gonna hear from one of our sponsors, TikTok Timu. Tell us about your mug. TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah, well, we need.
Where's Michigan State fit in there? Because that Michigan State team's good too.
That's a team that can make a run. I feel like you look at the teams that can make runs in the NCAA tournament from as of now. I mean, you have to think Michigan State might be in there.
Yeah.
Nebraska might be in there. I'm just saying, when you got that kind of scoring and that kind of team,
they could definitely be.
They could make a ruckus.
How you feeling about Purdue?
Oh,
you know,
that's a team that
very high on Purdue.
First half of the year, they were one of the top 5 teams in the nation.
Yeah, and now they just lost to Michigan State, right?
Yeah.
At home.
Well,
and
Michigan State could beat anybody.
Michigan State's
though.
a team that can go out and win the whole thing.
Michigan State could be in a Final Four, and you wouldn't be surprised at all.
Nope.
You'd be there on.
Well, you know,
now there is
another team that's not getting a whole lot of recognition. Wisconsin.
Yes,
they've been playing phenomenal the past several weeks, and that's another team that can surprise you. But like Coach Al was saying, just with the bigger schools with the money, they're getting all the kids. You look at Arkansas, they got a ton of money. Alabama, and they're just going to rebuild every year. And as a fan, you can't really get really personal with the team because it changes year in, year out. Back in our day, in the 80s and 90s, those kids were there for 4 years, and you kind of, I don't want to say you built a relationship with them, but you were able to follow them through their career. And now you're not going to see that anymore because it's going to be a different team year in, year out. And the one thing that the NCAA, the one smart thing that they did this year was they moved that portal back after the tournament. Whereas before, that portal was open during the tournament. And
it's ridiculous.
Teams getting eliminated, 30 seconds after they're out of the tournament, they're in the portal. So you got ridiculous. Coaches.
Well, that's how football was this year. It's like, what in the world? Why didn't they wait till,
So not only.
I mean, why couldn't you wait till, I guess they want to get them out, so if they want to transfer before the end of the year even, I guess they could.
Yeah, and not only are these coaches still trying to coach their team through the tournament, now you got to worry about recruiting. So that takes away from your coaching, your X's and O's, your concentration on your team. Not only are you recruiting other teams, but you're recruiting your own players to stay.
Putting more money into their own program because they're going to have guys that are more specialized for doing, keeping the players on the team, more guys specialized for going out and recruiting. Here and abroad. I mean, it's just
and a lot of the coaches are starting to get vocal now about it. About this portal NIL thing, and hopefully the NCAA takes in a lot of consideration and we figure this thing out.
That's one thing I've noticed through the years. The NCAA loves feedback from the coaches because they listen to them.
Well, they don't.
All the time. But every rule change that I've seen has been because the coaches have said something and the NCAA is like, you know what, maybe we need to fix that.
Done.
May have been a little sarcasm, a little thick on that.
Well,
but
yeah, that's who you are.
Yeah, a little bit.
But
I've never seen the NCAA change any rule that would be beneficial.
This isn't necessarily a rule. This is just, I don't know, economics and trying to figure out how to.
I would almost bet, and I don't know. I maybe somebody does know. I'd almost bet that there's more money flowing through the NCAA right now than there has been ever. And it's not even close. There's more big donors coming out donating money to these schools because they know if they help out more, they could get a better couple players or whatnot. And I think there's more money flowing now than there has ever been, and you will not see this change because of that.
Yeah, I think you're 100% correct. I also.
You are correct, sir. Yes.
Yes.
I'd also like to know when it all came down to it, who just put a finger on who got that all started. Because you got to know that there were agents in there.
It was those kids, wasn't it?
That were pushing. Well, it was, but
those kids
in
Penn State, right?
In the background, don't you think agents are back there because they're getting filthy rich off this?
Well, wasn't it those kids from Penn State that sued the NCAA?
Well, yeah, the kids started. I'm saying they had to have somebody behind them that was going, hey, get out here and do this, because those agents were making no money off those kids.
I mean, they've been trying to do it for years. I mean, decades, haven't they? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, since the 80s, I think.
And I get it. The NCAA was making money off these kids, and the kids aren't getting anything from it. I totally get that.
They do get a free education.
Yeah. I see that, but there's got to. I don't know the answer, but there's got to be some kind of
no student loans.
It's got to be a cap.
Cap.
Oh, it's got to be a cap.
Got to be a cap.
Got to be a cap. It's like
You'd think you'd have that in the Major League Baseballs, but
yeah. Well, that's another.
We'll see a strike after this year.
Yeah, we will. There will be no baseball in 2027.
I do not see there being baseball.
No.
Really?
No.
Yeah, it's.
They've got to figure out this whole thing. I mean, not heck. Even the Cubs. The Cubs are a big market, I would say, and they can't compete with Dodgers.
The
Dodgers have an all-star at every position.
Yeah,
I mean,
and their payroll
or an MVP almost. You know what I mean?
Well, this probably could be a whole different show. But the Dodgers, I don't know how they get away with deferring all that money and not affect the luxury tax. And if Dodgers ever go bankrupt, these players are owed millions and millions and millions and billions of dollars. Is that money going to be sustainable for the next 30 years? It's crazy. That's crazy.
It is crazy, actually. Yes, I agree.
Can I throw that in here?
Well, yeah.
Spin my coffee.
That's some funny stuff.
Get some oxygen in there. It's kind of like your wine. You want to get stirred up.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that.
Said exactly something like that.
Yeah. All right. Are we on the baseball topic now? We've got spring training going on right now. Cardinal fans, you guys aren't feeling real confident this year.
Oh, no. Not confident about although I will say it's fun seeing some of these kids playing.
Yeah. Until it's not.
You can see that they could have a future coming down the road, but I don't think you're going to see it this year.
No.
But it's coming.
I believe it's coming. Yep. They'll have to
unless they change teams.
They have to make some. They have to make some good moves. I mean, they haven't drafted well for a while. They haven't.
I don't know that
agents haven't done well.
I don't know that I can name one player on the Cardinals right now.
When?
Bakeman.
Right now.
Tommy Herr?
You said when. I said right now.
Oh. Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let that go.
Yeah. I know the Cubs just signed a former Cardinal. Dylan Carlson signed him. Yeah, he's
Jim just goes, he's not any good.
He's really not any good.
He's been scouting. Yeah. He's not any good.
No, he you know what? That guy came in with a high ceiling. Everybody thought he was Andy Van Slyke, basically. I mean,
maybe
that's who they were kind of comparing him to, and boy,
catcher caught fire for the Cubs.
Kelly?
Oh, Kelly?
Carson, yeah.
Carson Kelly?
Carson Kelly, yeah.
He was... Well, he was in a good trade, though, too, wasn't he?
Arizona.
Yeah. Oh, we got Goldschmidt with him.
Yeah.
So, Carson Kelly was always a good prospect, but
we had
Molina.
I mean, I know Joe, he likes to jump from wagon to wagon.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see some Cubs gear on the old boy.
Oh, on Joe, I can see that 100%.
I don't mind wearing some Cubs gear. I'm a Cardinal fan, but
if I had
I'm not anti-Cub.
I'd probably light myself on fire. Yeah.
Oh, please! I'm gonna give you some Cubs gear, Joe. I want to see Jake light himself on fire.
I'm saying if I had to wear it.
Oh, yeah, but no.
Spontaneously combust.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, this just in from a fan.
Not a good fan.
Well. John Mommon's sending me a little information here. Michael Lucas hit a 2-run homer to help John Wood win last week.
Okay.
And Colby Glenn hitting well also at Lincoln Land. Some baseball action for you.
Yeah, some Railers right there for you. Yeah, we always love that kind of information to see how our former Railers are doing at the next level. And there's a lot of them. That's one thing about our school. We have student athletes that go on and are successful in college. And
you're kind of a techie guy with the computers and stuff. You know all about that stuff.
I don't know.
Or Lloyd, one of you does. Isn't there an app or isn't there something you could build that like Lincoln players that come out, you can put them on something and then
it's called Facebook.
That go to college and you can just beam them all up at the same place and say, oh well, he's doing well here, he's doing well, so we can follow those guys. Can't somebody build that? Can't you build that, Lloyd?
Sure.
Lloyd's got a lot of time on.
Lloyd just looks up at me and goes, "Sure." He's not going to do a thing.
No.
Sure.
No.
Okay, we'll talk tomorrow. Good talk.
Yeah. Lloyd's not doing it.
We're having a meeting.
Not going to happen.
when you get to that meeting for our wireless equipment here.
Yes. That's something
that will be a major upgrade.
Our equipment
I don't know, man. See, I've kind of.
Speaking of equipment upgrade, not to go off topic here.
Go ahead.
But you were talking about upgrades. When's the high school football team, which I guess it wouldn't just be a football team, soccer and all that, when are they going to get an LED screen? Like, when are we going to get a Jumbotron out there at the football field that,
they're nice.
You can no, they're awesome. And that's something, I know we haven't gotten the turf and all
Turf's
that.
coming, though, right? Turf's
be here next year.
If turf will be a big upgrade, but, man, those Jumbotrons
I guess now's the time to do it. If you're going to get
might as well get that field right.
I thought, though, that
are you implying that you will put a big donation in for a Jumbotron? Jake's Furnishings up top?
I'm not saying.
I don't know he implied that.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't give money to have a plaque on top of that, but I'm just saying I also have paid some taxes towards it, and they have the money. So spend my money and get us a Jumbotron.
I will tell you, it doesn't seem like the scoreboard's that old.
It's not. But it's not.
No,
that's
wondering.
not the point, though. The point is you go to every other. You go to podunk schools. They're out in the middle of nowhere, and they have them.
Listen, you don't need to scream,
Jake.
I'm invested.
Is it me or is he screaming?
I'm getting excited. I
need you to relax. Simmer down now.
Simmer down.
Hold on.
Wow. It's a great sound bite.
Yeah.
Jake's got diarrhea, guys. We apologize. He's got this.
No, I think it'd be a major upgrade, and I think our school does kind of.
Oh, it's very cool. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of schools that have them now, so it's doable.
One on each end.
Well,
why not?
I don't know if you're going to get one at each end.
Probably not.
No, you're not going to get two, but yeah.
Why not?
A lot of changes. I mean, if you look at Lincoln High School over the past 5 years, what they've done to the school, refurbishing the school, it looks beautiful. It looks
softball
great.
fields, baseball
fantastic.
Fields. Hey, have they gotten that concession stand built in between the two fields yet?
I believe it's in the works.
It's coming right after the scoreboard, the jumbo.
With the addition of the turf field, the school can go out and finish now the permanent lighting for baseball, and there's all kinds of things that can move forward.
That's exciting.
You needed that. You need to be able to go out there and practice, not need the practice field.
Calling all seniors 60 years or older.
Commercial. I guess he wants to go to commercial.
Call them all.
No, I was trying to get rid of them.
How do we get a hold of them?
The seniors?
They were just going to give out the number and.
Yeah. Yeah. Jim hit
the wrong button.
What button was he looking for?
Wah, wah, wah.
But yeah.
Give us one.
Wow. No, turf field, that'll be a big upgrade.
Turf.
I mean, that'll be
turf, the track. It's going to be nice.
New coach.
Yeah.
Be here. You got Fricky coming in. Changes happening.
Well, yeah, Fricky's coming in. Get him the Jumbotron too, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, the fans want it.
You're the only one I've heard from.
Don't lie. That's a lie. You bold-faced lie.
I think there might be something in the works. Look at that little smile there.
There should be something in the works.
Listen. Hey.
I love putting him on the spot.
He's awfully loud.
Lights. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. And then we want some of those strobe light things for touchdowns.
And fireworks.
And a cannon.
Fireworks.
Yes. I want a cannon. I do want a cannon. I would sponsor that cannon.
And a fire-breathing
I might even
dragon.
be able to go find one.
A fire-breathing railer man.
Yeah, just a big railer man that moves and then
blows out fire.
Fire out of his mouth. And ears.
Yeah.
And ears?
Yeah.
Oh.
And we want to animate.
Does the railer man have ears?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Just wondering. If not, we can put him on.
I mean, he'd have to be like a bulked up looking railer man, not just the normal railer man.
You know how intimidating that would look?
Yeah, like a Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime railer man.
Very cool.
Except 12 feet tall.
Very, very cool. It's done. What do you get?
Done
get
deal.
it done. Yeah.
Done deal.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
It's about time Jim showed up. Where's he been the whole show?
Jim.
Jim's over there like
well, he's
person with narcolepsy.
Yeah, so we're going to have hopefully the senior boys on next week, along with the senior girls. Talk to them about their season.
Big show.
Yeah, so that'd be a good time. Where's Joe going?
He's in a hurry.
He's having a meeting.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Boy, he's
got things happening.
Call.
Listen.
Yeah. I guess we'll wrap it up.
He's a
here.
businessman.
He is.
A businessman.
Businessman. Speaking about businessman, Jake, anything special going on out here this weekend? Inventory reduction sale going on?
Yes, Scotty. Look at what you're setting on.
It's nice.
Do you think I want this to stay here? No.
No.
It's for sale and has a price to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Price to move. All of this stuff's ready to go.
It's very nice.
I mean, do you want double recline sofa for like $600?
Yeah.
We've got them.
Okay. What else you got?
I'd like to sell those off too.
Yeah.
How about one for $700 that has gliding love seat and a drop-down table on the sofa?
Want it?
All right. We got those. You want a recliner?
Let's talk about those recliners.
Do you want a recliner that lay you all the way back and then rocks you automatically without you having to do a thing? Also may have a speaker system hooked up to it so you could,
Bluetooth speaker.
Bluetooth to your TV or your phone.
Got it.
Got
Want
it. And it has massage.
Like it. And you got a new line coming in. Is that showing up yet? I know you were out in Vegas saying you're on a business trip.
Yeah, showing videos from the market.
Yeah. Those are all AI generated, obviously.
Some of it.
But I know you were excited about the new line of furniture coming in.
We've got quite a bit of different stuff coming in. It has not came in yet. We've been very fortunate so far this year, and we're looking to expand it. So keep everything moving, and keep the inventory fresh. That's what we try to do.
You're gonna need to expand this showroom a little bit.
Really?
I mean, you're running out of room.
We stack it to the ceiling here, brother.
And that's literally stacked to the ceiling.
That's what we do.
If somebody came in and said, "I want that sofa right there on top,"
happens.
You have to climb up there and get it.
Well, we don't really climb up there. We just kind of lift it off. But yeah, that's what happens.
Well, that thing's 10 feet in the air, Jake. How you?
It's an illusion, really.
Oh,
but
it's really only 3 foot off.
Yeah, it's really
the illusion
hip
from
level
over here. Okay, you must be 12 foot tall then. Yeah, a lot of good stuff out here.
Lots of good buys. We'll be posting some really special deals.
The weather's changing, so that gets people a little more excited.
Spring's
Tax season's coming.
Tax season is here.
You bring that big old refund in here and get you some stuff.
We've been fortunate to see some tax returns already flowing in. So
really,
yep.
What
it's
about
that time of year, my friend?
It is that time of year. I dread it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is it bad with the shipping industry?
No, I mean,
or just because you don't have as much basketball.
Well, that too. When the railers are done, you kind of, like I said, you walk around and mope for a couple of days trying to figure out what you're going to do, and then it gets nice out, and then
jumping in the pool,
those feelings go away. So
yeah, I understand. I understand completely, my friend.
Yeah. All right, that's going to do it for us today. I want to thank Coach Al for coming in and talking Railer basketball, Illini basketball. College basketball still going on. March Madness coming up. Baseball right around the corner. And exciting things. We'll have Coach Casson on here, I assume, shortly. We'll talk about Railer baseball, Railer softball. So, yeah, we'll just go from one sport to the next.
That's what we do.
All right, that's going to do it for us today on the Cheap Seats. Thanks for tuning in.
Good day.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.